Hello internet world and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. This is Monday Madness. At 4 PM every Monday I do a live broadcast where I talk to you about what's caught my attention on the internet over the past 24 to 48 hours. And in today's episode of Monday Madness, it's pretty much all about electric cars or electric vehicles or EVs as some people refer to them, because things are progressing at a really fast rate and I'm super excited about what I'm going to share with you today. Now, just while this video is getting up and running, I do want to run through a few little bits of other news. Tomorrow I have got a new video planned where I'm going to be revealing to you a new vlogging camera. Now, I think this has appeared in another video briefly, but it will be the first really big reveal to you all. And how I've configured this particular camera is really quite exciting, so do stay tuned for that tomorrow. Also, I've got this little phone here. Again, this has appeared in another video already, but this is a Nokia 3310 3G. And this is what I would term a dumb phone, because it doesn't do a lot. But what it does do, calls and texts, it does very well as battery life, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm still on the first charge here. Now, I haven't started using this properly yet, but I'm going to be doing a dumb phone challenge. I'm going to be switching off of social media on my main smartphone, and I'm going to be moving across to using this every single day for about a week to 10 days. And every couple of days I'm going to be bringing you an update, so do stay tuned for that, because I'm looking at this as being like a detox from being distracted by my smartphone all the time and gaining me back many useful hours throughout the day. So I've got the Nokia 3310 dumb phone challenge coming up really soon on the channel as well. And also, for those of you who are really eagle-eyed, you'll see another phone just over here. I'm not going to reveal what it is in this video, but just here on the stand is my new daily driver. And contrary to popular theory, let's put it, it is not an iPhone. I have not switched back to iOS. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to address this particular subject, but I have switched to Android and I'm not moving back to iOS. I will say this, never say never, because if iOS does improve dramatically, then I may well move back, but I'm still using Android as my daily driver. Now, before we start Monday Madness good and proper, we're already almost 3 minutes into this broadcast. As always, I say a big shout out to the first 4 of you who go into the live chat, and those hellos and shout outs go out to See the World and Peace, also to Life's Life, Sophie G and Geeky Buzz 123. Thank you very much for being the first 4 in the live chat, but thank you to all of you, of course, for tuning in to this live broadcast. Now, of course, the live chat is there. I will be taking some questions and comments later on. And also, if you want to use the super chat, that's there as well. That gets your question or comment highlighted. And if you're watching this video after the live broadcast, then of course you can leave me a comment and I answer as many comments as I can. Now, let's move on to Monday Madness. What's Monday Madness all about? Well, I'm going to be talking to you about 4 topics today that I found really interesting. But if you've got anything you want me to talk about, then do pop that down in the live chat as well. Links aren't allowed, unfortunately, but if you tell me what topic you want me to take a look at, I'll try and do that within this very broadcast. So let's take a look at the first one, and it is all about electric vehicles, apart from one topic a little bit later on. And the first one is this really cool concept car from Nissan. Now, of course, the Nissan produce and manufacture the Nissan Leaf, which is one of the most highly regarded electric vehicles. That's also had like a refresh as well for 2018, and that looks stunning, but this looks absolutely gorgeous. This is the Nissan AMX. Now, as with all concept cars, more often than not, they don't make them into production, but if this made it into production, wow, just look at this. This is the future. This looks absolutely stunning. So we've got this side view here showing how spacious the interior could be on the IMX. We've also got this outside view. Looks gorgeous from the outside. Look at these alloy wheels. really very nice indeed. And then the interior, looking from the back all the way through, we've got the same sort of spaciousness in the back for passengers, and this really light and airy feel thanks to the all glass roof on the car. Oh wow, I'm really interested actually to learn more about this, as to what sort of materials they're using for making both the exterior and of course the interior, because it really does look like the future. I'll show you a few more of the images. If you do want to check out these for yourself, then there are links to all of the stories I'm going to be covering underneath the video, so please do check out those links, and credit to all of the websites that I'm featuring here, because this is obviously their content and their images, so full credit to all of the respective copyright owners of the images. So I flicked through pretty much all of these here. This looks like this center console is a touch control. You normally wouldn't have gears on an electric vehicle, but we've got some sort of control here in the center, probably for sat nav. We've probably also got a heads up display on here, touch sensitive pedals by the look of it as well, rather than mechanical pedals. Very cool indeed. I think this looks absolutely awesome, and if this came into production I would be very impressed. It would be a pretty penny. It'd be very expensive to buy. But what do you think of the Nissan AMX? I'm super impressed. I look at these things in two ways. One is obviously I am impressed, as I keep saying, but I also look at them sometimes with disappointment, because as I said before, more often than not these don't come into production, and I think that's a great shame, because they've obviously been able to produce the concept car, and I know future vehicle releases are sometimes based and draw elements from concept cars. But it would be amazing if that just appeared exactly as it did there on your screens. Wow. I would, if that was affordable, I would be sold. Take my money already. Now, of course, one of the most well-known manufacturers of performance electric vehicles is Tesla. And I saw a lot of people over the week of CES, which has just come to an end, actually commenting on this particular company, saying that it could be one of the first challengers to Tesla. So let's jump straight back in and take a look at Fisker. Now Fisker have got this EMotion car. Now this isn't a concept car. I'm pretty sure from what I've read this is going into production. In fact, you can reserve your EMotion car now. Now it's 100% electric, autonomous, 400+ mile range, and also ultra charged, so very quick to charge. It looks like a gorgeous sports car, and this could be a real challenge to Tesla. We'll come back to this reserve button in a short while and just see what that gives us the options of doing. We've got some information here from the chairman and CEO, just a little quote. We've got a film that we can watch. We've got some more photos of the car. Look at these sort of gull wing doors that go up, and then the centre ones go up in this gull wing fashion as well. Very easy to access the interior of the vehicle. All leather interior. We've also got a really nice steering wheel. Look at that. Wow. That is gorgeous. Timeless design and next generation vehicle autonomy. And then this is the side profile with the doors closed. 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, 400+ miles range, 160 miles per hour top speed, and all-wheel drive on this as well. Now, of course, the photos are going to make it look absolutely gorgeous, but again, if this is priced correctly, I would certainly be sold. Look at this large screen, obviously for the passengers in the back. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm a big fan of this type of interior as well, very luxurious. We've got little holders here for smartphones. We've got this display here obviously for sat nav and vehicle information. Not as big a display as in the Tesla, although from this angle it does look as big. That looks like a very large display. Electrochromatic tint as well, which I think means this adjusts, so it's sort of like a reactor light sort of tint, like sunglasses that go darker in sunlight. That's very cool indeed. So enough looking at the car. I'm just going to click on reserve now and see what it actually comes up with. So this is a reservation. Does this give us any indication on price? So the base price, $129,000. Each reservation is $2,000 and limited to 2 reservations per household. So that is very, very competitive compared to Tesla. That is absolutely amazing. And again, just a stunning looking vehicle. I really am amazed at what they've managed to achieve with both looks and performance. And up until now, if you wanted that performance EV, then Tesla would pretty much be your only choice. Okay, BMW do their i8, but a lot of the other electric vehicles are sort of commuter vehicles. You know, they're built for range, not for performance. This looks just amazing. Very, very cool indeed. So anyway, before I move on to the next topic, let's take a look inside the chat and see what comments or questions we got. Harry K, I'm really interested in electric cars. Big hello to Chris Bryson. Thanks for tuning in. Chris is in the chat as well. We've also got Best Tech LJL saying good luck, Dave, with the live broadcast. Thank you very much. Harry K, the next car I buy, I hope to get an electric one, or I may buy a hybrid like the Lexus hybrid. I've driven personally 3 electric cars. The highlight probably for me, and it's not a performance electric car, was the BMW i3. That had a little tiny sort of engine in it as well, which allowed you to get out of trouble if your battery completely ran out. And I really enjoyed my time with the i3. It was an absolutely fantastic little vehicle, very well made. I love BMW as a brand as well. So yeah, big fan of electric vehicles. My plan is that my next vehicle will indeed be electric. Harry K, oh dear, have you moved from the OnePlus 5T? Where is it there? News soon. I have moved from the OnePlus 5T, but only temporarily. I am just testing out another new phone, but to do the tests on the smartphones now, I use them as my daily driver for 1, maybe 2 weeks. So I probably won't mention this on the channel for about 2 weeks, but feel free to guess what it is. But I still do highly rate the OnePlus 5T as the best value Android flagship, and I will emphasize flagship smartphone currently available. We've also got any questions here. We've got Harry K saying the Nissan Leaf new version looks good. I really agree. Harry K coming in with lots of comments. Really nice that you take part, Harry. We've also got Life's Life saying, also Dave, London's electric cabs were made in Coventry where I live. Yes, because I read about this. London are introducing electric cabs or taxis into the city. That's really exciting. I'm very, very keen to actually get into one of these electric cabs and try it out and see what it is. Harry K also saying the Tesla Roadster is an amazing car. And we've also got Bazza. I had a Lexus CT200 hybrid. In electric mode, it sounded like it was driving a milk float. Boring, uninspiring, and not very economical. This is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment for you here. I said I'd driven 3 electric cars. In fact, I have driven a milk float as well. That was back when I was a lot younger. So, but that's a whole nother story as to why I was driving an electric milk float. That is pretty much it on the comments. We've got one question here before I move on to the third topic. I'm still undecided about the OnePlus 5T or the View 10. Why so much choice? Out of those 2, I would still choose the OnePlus 5T. I have reviewed both, and I think the OnePlus 5T just offers a little bit more than the Honor View 10. Just my personal opinion. See the World and Peace. Hey, could you talk about Sony making a smart car that can control itself? I have heard about this, but I don't know enough details about it. But I think if Sony got involved in the smart car market, they would certainly bring a lot to the game because they're a very technology-driven company. And I think that sort of melding with smart cars and electric vehicles would be a really good partnership. It would certainly give you a lot of technology and toys to play with in the car, and if they partnered with the right company to actually bring you the performance part and the build of the car, then I think it would be a really good partnership. Very, very exciting time ahead of us. Anthony Graham, bet you've driven a Dodgem car, Dave. That make it 5 if you have. You got me. 5 electric vehicles I have driven. Let's move on very briefly to the next topic. Now, this isn't a car. Are we ready for this? This is not a car. This is something I wish was legal to drive. in the UK on the roads, or at least in bike lanes. But there's so much grey area about driving scooters, not only in the UK but in other countries as well. And I just wish they would make their mind up and say, hey, if you take some sort of test, if you put a road fund licence onto this electric scooter, then you can drive it in bicycle lanes or on the road or on certain roads. Obviously not on high speed roads, but on a 20-mile-per-hour road in the UK. I find it really hard to believe that the government still hasn't moved on to give us the ability to drive all these different vehicles. I know accidents will happen, but accidents happen when you're driving cars as well. Let me know what you think about this in the live chat and in the comments about getting these scooters legalised. This is the Immotor Go. Look at the design of this. This is absolutely awesome. Now, one thing I couldn't work out from the website is whether it's one size fits all. When I come onto one of the diagrams later on, you'll see that they give a demonstration of 3 different sizes. But this looks absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it's an electric scooter. Love the design. Really, very cool. Very, very portable as well. You've got this guy here just pulling it into what's probably a coffee shop or some sort of a cafe to have a drink. Step on and go, it says here, safe and easy for all ages and abilities. Now, we've got 2 wheels at the back and 1 at the front, so very important to note that it has got some stabilisation at the back. We've also got power assist, so you can set it in cruise control or walk beside it as you use the throttle to power the Go forward. So you've got different modes as well on here as to how much assistance you get. We've got a really nice sort of speedometer and information panel in the front here, which looks like it's monochrome, but there's also a holder up front for your smartphone. So that's really cool because you can put sat-nav on your smartphone and navigate around really easily. There's also a headlight button here as well. We've also got brake levers. We've got photo, video and activation buttons, which I think is probably a little bit of a gimmick, and a horn button as well. Doesn't look like there's any indicators. Maybe I've missed something. We've got cruise control on here as well, incoming messages, calls, GPS signal, Bluetooth, battery status, mile range, etc, etc. Now, here we go. I didn't read this correctly. So it is one model, one size fits all, but we've got a telescopic stem like you get on a bike, so you can adjust the size of this, and it would be rideable for somebody who's as small as 4 feet tall up to 6'6". Very, very nice indeed. I think they missed a trick here, unless I'm missing something myself, that there isn't any indicators, which I think would be a really nice addition to this, and possibly encourage some governments to maybe make this road legal. Now, we've got performance here as well. Let's go on to the performance. So we've got a daylight LCD display, 3 speed settings, low high beam headlight. We've also got a £30 bag hook built into it. We've got a weatherproof body, which should be a foregone thing. We've got red LED brake lights. Now, from what I can see here on the front, there are 2 lights. So with some sort of slight adjustment to what they've done on here, you could have indicators on these 2 lights. I think they should have indicators on here, without a doubt. But it looks just absolutely fantastic. Maximum speed is 16 miles per hour, 25 kilometers per hour, and it weighs in at 30 pounds. So a fair weight, but manageable. And the range is 16 miles or 25 kilometers. That's really cool. 350 watt brushless motor. Now, can you buy it now? Let's have a look. We've got a little cart thing here. Let's see if they give us a price. They do give us a price. That is available to buy now, and it's $1,499. I think that's a really reasonable price for what looks like a really nice piece of kit. So let me know what you think of that in the comment section below. I'd be really interested to hear what you think of that particular product. I'm really interested in it. I think it looks like a great little product. Let's dive back into the chat here as well and see what questions we got. We have got Chris Bryson. I had some technical difficulties with my OnePlus 5 flashing a ROM and their support team. hosted a remote session for me and got it sorted. Very impressed. That's really good to learn, Chris, that OnePlus have good customer support and good tech support. This seems to be improving a lot, with a lot of companies now really stepping up their game when it comes to tech support. Dashcam Man, why are you not at CES? I covered this in a previous broadcast. I'm so busy with commercial projects. I run a commercial video company as well as social media services and producing content for YouTube. I always find it a lot easier to do CES from afar. It allows me to take in a lot more information. And I'm not a big fan of big crowds at these sort of conventions and exhibitions. It's not my idea of fun, although the content and what comes out of it is definitely very, very interesting. Harry K, never seen that scooter before, but it looks amazing. I wonder what the cost and the distance is, which we've just covered. It looks very, very promising indeed. Life's life. They don't seem safe to drive on UK roads. Even cycle lanes are vulnerable. I totally agree. But if somebody had to take like a training course or a test so that they were a responsible road user of this type of machine, I think that there's so many different types of vehicles nowadays that the government should do something like that. Of course, with road bikes or bicycles, there is the cycling proficiency test, which a lot of people do when they're still at school. But I think even bicycle riders or cycle riders should have a mandatory need to complete that training, and it isn't mandatory. And I think if they introduce that for these scooters as well and all these other different vehicles that are coming out, then I do think they could be used responsibly and safely. And take this into account. More often than not, so I work in my editing room and in my studio and in my office, and I have to do little runs to couriers, to the post office, and more often than not I actually walk to those places. One, it gets me a bit of exercise, but sometimes I don't have time to do that, so I go in the car and it's like a 2-minute drive to where I'm going to. What a waste of sort of fuel. If I had something like this scooter that I could just pop on, I'm in the fresh air, go and do whatever chore I'm going to do the courier drop, go to a meeting. Absolutely ideal. Absolutely ideal. I'd even looked into, at one stage last year, I looked into getting like a really nice sort of golf cart. But alas, you know, there is all these legalities to make them road legal. And the cost was prohibitive. So something like that scooter would be absolutely ideal. I wish the distance was 50 miles from Harry K. Yep, I totally agree. Jay Sturgis, very good point here though. Potholes in UK roads could be a problem with small wheels. Potholes in the UK are sometimes a problem with large wheels. In fact, we had a pothole near where we live which was bigger than a car wheel, and that was there for about 4 days before they came and repaired it. There was a really funny joke that I heard just recently actually, that was in the UK we used to drive on the left hand side of the road, but nowadays we just drive on what's left of the road. I thought that was really funny. Really very, very good joke. But anyway, let's jump into the final topic for today. This isn't an electric vehicle, but it's one of my favourite manufacturers, and I wanted to share it with you just because it's something a little bit different. It's not very far out there, but Belkin makes some fantastic products. I've covered their products for many, many years on the channel. And I've covered their chargers, I've covered their modems and routers, their Ethernet switches, etc. Lots and lots of different products. In fact, I still use some of their surge protectors in the editing room. This here is one of their new wireless chargers. And what they've taken is their existing boost up charger and changed it into a stand. And I do like these stands because it means that you can charge your phone whilst it's in like a vertical position and still use it and have the screen visible for notifications. The only thing I find a shame with this one is I don't think it's big enough to put your phone into landscape orientation. Maybe it is, maybe there's some way you can do it. I like doing that because then while I'm watching a YouTube video it will actually charge the device. But this one's really cool. It's available in white. It's also available in this dark blue colour, also in midnight black and desert pink. Now this is fine tuned for the iPhone 10, iPhone 8 Plus and iPhone 8, and it will safely provide up to 7.5 watts of charging power. It will also provide up to 9 watts with Samsung phones, and it's fully functional with some cheat enabled devices up to 10 watts. So this is going to charge your device really quickly. Now, there's no mention on pricing here at the moment, but it's going to be available in the spring summer of 2018. And I just wanted to briefly mention that product because I really like wireless charging technology. Just to give you a little bit of a clue on what this smartphone is, it doesn't offer up wireless charging, which is a little bit of a shame. But I got so used to it with some of the devices I tested in 2017 that I find that I miss it when it's not available now. Now, of course, the OnePlus 5T doesn't offer up wireless charging, but it offers up super fast charging via USB-C. And in fact, it charges so quick, I think it's the fastest charging smartphone currently available. And when something charges that quick, you can sort of forgive it for not having wireless charging. But I think it should be a standard on pretty much all releases in 2018. So let's just take one last look inside the chat. Chris Bryson, completely agree on the cycling. I cycle a road bike a lot and often see inexperienced cyclists putting themselves and others in danger. I totally agree. Just 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was travelling home on an A road. So this is not a main motorway or a freeway, as you might refer to it in another country. This was like a minor road with no side lighting, so no street lights or anything. And I was driving, I think, about 42 miles an hour, something like that. And all of a sudden, there was a cyclist with no lights on at all, wearing black clothes, and not even cycling near to the curb, just sort of tootling along, sort of about 2 foot out from the side of the curb. And I had to take evasive action in the car, otherwise I'd have hit him. And it's still quite a busy road, and I thought to myself, that is really concerning, because not only did that spook me, it's putting himself in danger. It's a fairly busy road that I was on, so probably I would say in a matter of 5 minutes, I would say about 30 to 40 cars would have had to have gone past him. It's putting those car drivers and other people in danger as well. Absolutely crazy. So I totally agree with you, Chris. It should be a mandatory cycling training course in the UK and in all countries. I really do believe in that. Anthony Graham also saying here in Carlisle the roads are in a terrible state. They are here as well, and in Wales too, from the sound of it. We've also got here Harry K saying potholes in Northern Ireland are the worst in the UK. Thanks to Virgin Media and Phoenix Gas. Oh dear, that's not my opinion. That's somebody in the live chat. Don't hate on me. Very, very funny. We've also got Harry Cow. Just saw a wireless charger with a speaker which sounds great and looks awesome. That is a really nice combination of technology. I like the sound of that a lot. I think I saw that as well. Can't remember the manufacturer though. Life's Life. The highway code says for cyclists to wear reflective clothing. Don't get me started on the subject of the highway code, because I see so many cyclists and drivers of cars and other vehicles that have no regard to the highway code. It's absolutely amazing. And I think the highway code is rather outdated now. It really needs to be updated, again, for all of these different sorts of vehicles, and again, for electric vehicles as well, coming into the marketplace. So hopefully we'll see some sort of update. It's rather archaic. The highway code book I don't think has changed much for many years. We'll take one more comment. Jazza Shampoo or Jazz Shampoo, in Spain cyclists have priority. That is a great comment. Very, very good comment indeed. I'm not sure, and this is something I should brush up my knowledge on, but I always think it's a courtesy to give priority to cyclists anyway. I'm not sure if it's a law here in the UK that you do. I think they have to respect your space as much as you do them. But I would always give priority to a cyclist anyway. I think that's a sort of a foregone thought that you would do that. So, but I'm not sure on if it's actually a law in the UK. So let me know down in the comments section below. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this particular Monday Madness. I hope you've enjoyed what we've talked about. I really enjoy doing these broadcasts, and I just want to give you one last little update right at the end of this video, a little bit of a teaser. I have got something coming in to the Geekanoids studio that's going to involve a multi-room install and a multi-room experience. I've got that coming up on the Geekanoids channel very soon. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be about 2 or 3 weeks before that appears on the channel, but please do stay tuned for that. And if you're not already a subscriber to Geekanoids, please do subscribe, because I publish a new tech video pretty much every single day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for taking part. Thank you for your comments. Please do hit like on this video. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you all in the next one.